So COVID has affected me drastically, like it has most artists and most entertainers. Usually entertainment is the one industry that never stops. And no matter how bad the world gets, usually we still have a job, we still have service to do. People will run to the movies to see a movie or go to a concert, go to a bar, but for the first time ever, you can't even go hear a band at a bar or a restaurant right now. So everybody in the industry is hurting. And for me, I was used to traveling and used to going out and playing every week. So as soon as COVID hit, it's like, okay, I'm stuck at home, which it's a double-edged sword because it's a blessing because I've been able to work a lot in my studio, work on my next project and work on other people's projects I really needed to finish. But at the same time, you just miss being on stage with your brothers and sisters and just collaborating in real time. And Jay and the Positive Vibes team, when they reached out and asked me if I wanted to be a part of their live stream thing, it was a no-brainer. Might have been the first time inside of COVID I got to play with other people, and it's a blessing to just be able to not only connect with people on stage but give it back to people on the other end who are behind the screen that are able to watch and still be inspired as they would normally during a show. It's not quite exactly the same, but it's, you know, it's the best we got given the situation we have. So it's not only blessed me that way, but it's also been able to pour into my life financially and give me a little bit of money to keep my bills paid because, you know, unemployment doesn't pay you that much and we're all hurting in that area. So I don't know. I love those guys. I love what they're doing. I love the people that we get to play with, and I just hope it gets to echo even beyond past the COVID days, that it could still go out on a real stage with people and impact and change the world.
Doing all right. So right before the COVID pandemic hit and we all went into quarantine, I had begun my own, just so happened, my own personal journey with faith. And I guess one of the first lessons through all this for me personally was to just trust God. And so my general attitude through everything, you know, getting the phone call that all my gigs were canceled as a musician. That's what I do for a living. And so when all that went away, I feel like normally I would be in an extreme panic, and granted, yeah, I was a little freaked out, but I just said, hey, there's a plan, there's a reason, and so I've just been rolling with it, continually seeing work for even next year going away. You know, we're over here struggling, we're trying to get unemployment. It hasn't been easy for me personally, and it just puts certain things into perspective of how what we do is viewed from a political perspective. And as far as I'm concerned, as an artist, as a musician, this is not really a choice. I feel like we were given this gift to perform, to make music, to bring joy and make people happy. And it's not like we're thinking, it's not ego, like I want to play music, make people happy, bring joy. It's more like this is just what we do. And so I just hope that people kind of realize that, you know, if someone thinks about their favorite movie, their favorite song, like what would life be without that? And so when things are so hard for us and there's no assistance, sure, it can be a little intimidating and a little disappointing, but all we know to do is to keep going. I mean, from the beginning, being a musician is always looked at as a crazy thing, and like this, why don't you get a real job and this and that. It just kind of reminds me of something Big Boy said. One of the first lines in a song, he says, forget wishing, you're missing the ambition in your mission. And so this is our mission, just to make music, perform, bring joy to people however we can. It's just what we do. And you know, there's even, we get master's degrees, we get doctorates for artists, music, acting. So for creating something intangible out of nothing, out of thin air. And so yeah, it's a little rough to feel like we can't keep doing this. So fast forward, a few years ago I met Danny Mills, the bass player in Positive Vibes, and we became friends, started performing a lot together. And then out of the blue, he calls me and he's like, during this whole pandemic, and he's like, hey, this guy Jay Boykin, he's a guitar player. And I was like, what? Jay Boykin, I've known that guy since high school. We've been in a praise band together, we've been in a high school band together, and it's like, okay, we kind of lost touch over the years, but I guess God has more plans. He's not finished with us yet, so it's just really weird how all that worked out, and my whole attitude has been, hey, I'm rolling with it. If this is where I need to be, I'm super grateful for this platform. They've helped us get some work. It's helped us financially, because there ain't a lot out there right now. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes, and the musicians are awesome. It's always a great hang. It feels like family, and at this point, you know, I feel like we can only keep going up, you know, and keep the positive vibes going. See y'all later.
Yeah. I appreciate Positive Vibes and what they're doing for this community. During this coronavirus pandemic, it's a great thing that they're pushing the positive vibes and keeping the quarantine fun, positive, and the vibes going, because we need this right now when the coronavirus and all this other trash going on in this world, because there's a lot of trash going on. So we got to keep the vibes positive, keep the spirits high, and keep the light bright. You know what I'm saying? Positive vibes, y'all, and shout out to my girl. She don't want to say nothing, but she be recording this stuff. I'm the camera team, KD, House of Bars, you feel me? It's fresh Dripp, you feel me? Check it out. And yeah, keep your vibes positive, and we out of here. Thanks, y'all.
What's up, everybody? It's 2020. This quarantine has been crazy for everyone. We all had a lot of plans. This COVID-19 has slowed down a lot of different things, but Positive Vibes, Jay Boykin, his wife, the key behind all the magic, they've been working it out, they've been making it go, and they've been giving me, like a freelance photographer who's coming up, first year in the business, taking it seriously, and they have provided some money, and hey, it's been working, though. No. They've given me a lot of opportunities. I've met a lot of people. I've done some great work with them, as well as brought in the videographer part, the editing, and we're growing. And that's what Positive Vibes, Jay Boykin, they've been all about. Every time we get together, it's somebody new, it's a new collab, and honestly, that's what this industry, this field, that's what we need. We need collabs. We don't need, you know, people to themselves and they just want to do it by themselves. We can't do it by ourselves. We need to collab, and that's what Positive Vibes, Jay Boykin, his lovely wife, and the whole team, that's what they provide, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.
What's going on, world? My name is Jay Boykin, coming to you live. Just with a little background to why we started the Positive Vibes movement and the Positive Vibes group and band or whatnot. And also, just to explain to you how COVID has affected me as an artist, and you know, how this has been a platform to overcome some obstacles that COVID presented. So I want to start off by saying, you guys, this has been nothing but you know, led by the Spirit, and I just appreciate everybody, all your donations, all your you know, you guys letting people know. We had started this thing right around the time COVID started, and really the testimony behind it was we were just going through it. We were really, you know, challenged financially, and we had to kind of transition, and in that time we just went through it. We were kind of in and out of hotels, and maybe about a week before we started the first Positive Vibes, you know, we were just really going through it, and we had an idea to just, you know, create our own platform, create our own way to kind of give back to musicians and give back to the world, and kind of just change the narrative a little bit, you know what I mean? So it got a little political when we were doing the Raquel's jam, but, you know, I just said all that to say that, you know, every jam has meant something to us, and it's just been special, and you know, faith has just played a huge role in keeping this thing going, because even though when we were like at a time where we were like, we didn't know where it was gonna come from to, you know, keep this thing alive. We just took a leap of faith and persevered. So, you know, I mean, that's the gist of why we started everything, and you know how COVID affected us financially. It kind of just made us have to think outside the box a little bit, which was good. So it's a blessing, and I'm just like really stoked to just watch it grow, how it has grown so far. So I want to thank everybody again for joining us. I'm sure all the other musicians have something to say. I've known a lot of these guys since we were like knee high to a grasshopper. So you know what I mean, it's very rewarding to see everybody come back together, man, with the same focus. So hey, I love y'all world. I want to thank my bass player D Mills for opening up his spot here for us, and just want to say God bless y'all. Positive vibes.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Kim. Most people might know me as Jay's wife. I like to say I'm the other half of our business team over at Positive Vibes. I just wanted to come to you guys today to talk a little bit about what it was like from just a business aspect about starting Positive Vibes. I remember when COVID hit and really having to come to the realization that we were going to be losing a lot of money. And I initially was just really, really scared, you know. Me and Jay are a team, you know. I try to help him with all his booking, but so to receive all those calls firsthand and to start seeing all those cancellations and the amount of money it was going to take from us, it was really scary. Fast forward, I just decided initially, and in talking to Jay, what could we do, you know, to kind of maybe generate some funds, and also kind of deal with the fact that we were no longer getting able, that other aspect of it, which is the performance side, which I know to my husband is really important, to be able to perform and be a part of people's lives and have those connections we no longer were having. So the initial jam started, and we were a little three-piece, and it really didn't have anything behind it for me. It was just more so, okay, this is like kind of a business move. Fast forward to the third jam, I know that there was something that came into that jam that my husband had expressed to me, and it really changed my outlook on this whole thing. He had come to me after and just, you know, expressed to me how he felt the spirit and just how he felt, how he was impacting people's lives through us. It was bigger than music. It was bigger than how much money we raised, because I was focusing on that, you know, when we initially started. It was like, oh, okay, if we don't raise any money, we can't do it. But it was so crazy that when we accepted that and stopped worrying about the financial part, how much God started to bless us. A lot of people don't know that we were actually without a home during the first 2 months of COVID. We were living out of hotels. We were down to one car. We just were really struggling financially. So to be able to have any type of courage to be responsible for other people financially was a huge step. And I have learned so much through this process and able to just not only just trust God, but also knowing your purpose in life, and that if you are true to yourself and you're living your purpose-driven life, everything is going to fall into place, even when it's not. And I'm just so proud of what we're doing. I see so many doors. If we have to look at from the first time we started this till now, it's just so amazing that God has even allowed us to be in these people's lives and to touch as many people who watch the jam sessions and the doors that he's opening from here. So we just want to thank you guys and just continue rocking with us. We're going to keep moving forward. This is going to go beyond COVID, and we're just excited to just have this opportunity.